yeah.
That was wrong of you, man.
Welcome. But no one will get that. But anyways, welcome to a couple of things, y'all.
Hi, everybody. How
Hey,
y'all doing?
everybody.
Okay, you in a good mood?
I'm trying to pick myself up now. Decembering, it's about to be
It's December time.
It's about to be a December vibes. Yeah. Listen, I don't want no bad vibes this December. If you are coming here with negative energy, return to sender. You're not coming here with the right energy.
Yes, I
Don't
agree.
get time for you,
agree.
please.
No, it's not
This
bad
is
energy.
called Pepper Dem season. I don't play with nobody.
My dear. Wow, this is interesting. We're finally in December.
How you feel?
Everything's slowing down. It's calming down. I'm getting off the bloody laptops. I'm getting off the bloody iPads, phones. I'm starting to feel my own body again. It's like before.
I don't want to feel my body until 2023.
Hey.
I'm joking. No, like what I mean that I don't want to feel my body until 2023 is because I want to have a great December.
No, I mean, have a great
I
December,
want to
but away
be- I
from
want
the
to be
devices.
lit.
I don't want to be around tech. I think I had a tech-full year. It's been a techie year. It's been
Yeah, but anyways, it's fine.
don't
December
wanna
is
see it.
we're just entering December.
Into-
It's not like we're fully within the whole December vibes, but yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, now, baby, we're here. So,
We are here,
What brings us
guys. I hope you guys are enjoying the podcast so far. Like, I hope you guys are taking something out of it, Even if it's
Yeah.
one person that learns from what we're talking about, it's all that
I
matters.
agree with that one. I think it's just to figure it out. I think we're here to figure it out with everybody else out there. We far from perfect, man. I'm
Very far
from. We're
from
not
perfect.
the perfect couple.
That's
If you're
why-
following us as the perfect couple, be careful.
Dololo, please, I beg, no come and tell me,
Please. We argue, we fight, but we just solve them very quickly.
No, we
But-
don't necessarily solve them very quickly.
Very quickly, guys. Very quickly.
Okay, well, it took time to get there. In fact, that's actually what I want us to talk about. Like,
Very quickly.
dealing with, is it conflict, friction in your relationship? Like,
Very quickly.
so how do you resolve your gatlas with me?
No, sir, Mamus, any woman, I'm not speaking as
A man with many wives.
many wives. I like, you see, when you've been together for too long, you become one. You like get ready off each other's thoughts. So I'm not speaking for a man who's got many women, polygamy. I'm not saying I'm against polygamy or whatever.
We love everybody.
If it does happen, it does happen. So
Where is it happening at?
what it
Focus
is-
on the topic.
Yes,
Please.
listen.
Leave
Listen to what I'm saying. That's why
If you bring another wife here, I'm telling you, that wife is going to be my permanent maid.
Ginger, you smoke 100.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know that girl is going to clean.
Trust me.
She's
Mamus.
going to use toothbrush to wash the toilet.
Everybody got a price. Yours is a matter of finding out.
Okay, get to the point, Mr.
Yeah.
K.
So listen, figuring out how to resolve these things, Mamus. It's been what 14 years going. So obviously different part of our lives, and it's not something we've always been doing. Like get into friction and then it's out now. In the beginning, it took us a whole long time to resolve. Took us 1 week, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, and you slowly
I don't think it
stepping
ever
out
got
of
to
it.
4 weeks.
No, I'm
though.
exaggerating, but it slowly gets out of it. You slowly get out of it. But then eventually what happens is, as you grow and you mature, you're like, hey, this thing is childish. Why should I be
But I feel
angry
like
with this
all couples are
person?
childish to a certain
To
extent.
a certain extent, yes, because you want to press that person when they are wrong. You want to make sure you prove them that you are wrong. And when I'm wrong, she wants to prove me that I'm wrong. That is the problem. Couples compete within each other, and it's unnecessary. We compete for no fucking reason. And we shouldn't be. We should be one, but yet couples are always like, you did this, you did that.
That's the point, the ping, like,
The pinning.
yeah.
But eventually, I think it's good and it's bad because it brings out the best out of each other. But the end goal is to eventually get to a point where even if you argue and you're being corrected, you're learning of each other's point, right? So how have you dealt
It
with my
depends.
frustration?
Listen.
I know you frustrate me, but you still deal with the.
We love each other, guys. Don't get me wrong.
Sorry.
When you were talking, you see, this is about to cause a friction.
Guys, like, let me be honest. What happened? Ooh, this woman pissed me off, man. Guys, and I think guys, please comment.
pissed you off when?
Yeah, guys, comment. Tell me what you would have done, whether you were male, female. Comment whatever you identify as. Comment. This woman went out, got into a car, went and got a bump on the back of a car.
Oh,
And this woman just said, "Hello, are you okay? I'm fine. It's a small bump." She got into the car and she left. Who the hell does that? Who the fuck does that? Like the back tail light, the red lights, the brake lights, has got a crack on it. Mamus thinks it's okay to just take the person's phone number and leave. I got home and she was telling me the story. I'm like, did you get their driver's license? Did you get... God, I lost it. I was like, you know what? But at some point I was like, you know what? If I don't tell her my mind, she will never know and she will probably repeat it and think it's okay. And I had to bring out the facts to her that, look, somebody has to fix this light. It's definitely not going to be me because I'm not paying for for the lights on that bloody car. The guy who bumped you has to fix these lights, right? So the point I was trying to bring across is do the things properly at that particular time. If this is what happened, get the specific details, get the IDs, get driver's license, take pictures, make sure you have everything. Even if your car is not, even if it is just a small tap, get all the details. Right? So that friction for me, it came and it happened and it disappeared. I got it out of my chest and I moved
but it
on.
almost became a big argument because he felt like I wasn't listening to what he was saying. But in my mind, I'm like, one, I was with my kids. And when this guy bumped me from the back, I was so irritated because I was with the children in the car.
Bumped you from the back.
Yeah. He what?
Okay.
I'm talking about a serious matter, Yan Koka.
Okay, sorry.
So he bumps, and then I got out and I was very upset because I was with the kids and the kids were like panicked a little bit. My daughter was like a little bit freaking out. So I get out and I see that it's not like I was just irritated. I was like, dude, like, what's wrong with you? But what you call that brake light? Is it
the brake line.
Yeah.
The red brake lines.
Because he was driving a bakkie with those metal thing in front. So it just cracked a little bit. And immediately I'm like, I'm not getting energy. Today I'm not getting energy. I didn't have energy for that guy. Because all I'm thinking is, I've got the kids in the car. Let me just try and get out of here.
You don't get energy, but the long-term effect could be anything. Could be bad. I mean,
yeah, well, you
this is
weren't
the
there.
thing.
If you were maybe with me, you would have handled it. Like, listen, this is why I don't like to drive. This is why I don't like to deal with things
See, this
that
thing about soft life really makes
too much
it
headache.
Too
I
soft.
don't get time for this kind of wahala. I just
Too
took the guy's
soft,
number, took a
guys.
picture of the number plate, and I was like, I'll decide if I want you to pay for it or not. And I left.
And now who's gonna pay for me? Anyways, guys,
See,
please.
this is how you deal with conflict because
I need y'all to let me
I'm
know.
picking my battles. Let me tell you guys one thing. I think being in a relationship for as long as I have, I'm not saying I'm a veteran in this thing. No, I'm getting to a point where I choose and pick my battles with him, and I'm sure he does the same thing as well with me.
I
So
don't pick any battles. I just give them to you guys. I'll be honest. Picking any battles with you is like it's like digging your own grave.
no, but it's like choose and pick the things that you really want to make a big deal about or the things you don't want to make a big deal about. Like, I can't be crying about you putting your socks or your clothes into the basket.
That was
That's
like 5,
no,
10
but you
years
still,
ago.
but it doesn't mean you don't do it. You do it all the time. But I'm not crying
Just 10
about it.
years
It's
ago.
just an example that I'm giving. But I'm not crying about it. Or if you, like, I'm bad with phones. I'm bad with answering calls. I'm bad with texting back sometimes. I'm really not great at it,
What's the worst conflict I've done that what's the worst that I've done that you really felt like, hey, this guy can't get away with this one? Because
I think everything you do that pisses me off, I feel like you can't get away with it.
guys, did you hear that? Everything I do.
No, because I'm.
She's Europe, I'm Africa, guys. You must understand. I'm colonized. That's it. I'm finished.
No, because I don't understand why must you do things to piss me off in the first place. I just don't understand it. If
Everything
you've been
I
with somebody
do.
for so long, you should know and study the person and understand what pisses the person off and what doesn't piss the person off. So I would, and I don't know how to, like, say, oh, I didn't know how to pick and choose my battles before. So I would react, I would flare up every time I'm angry. He would definitely know that I'm pissed. And nobody's sleeping in that house. We are talking. Oh, until I'm tired of talking, I go to sleep. And sometimes it's okay to go to sleep and not deal with the issue.
And she'll bring it up again. Even after we deal with it, she'll bring it up 3 months later. You saw that video. There was actually a picture of the World Cup where they show these ladies as referees and saying these referees will bring up issues that happened in the World Cup, the previous World Cup, and talk about it on the new World Cup. Because ladies don't forget.
No,
Ladies
because
remember.
women
Bring up stuff that has been dealt with. They bring it out of the grave. They put it on the table. They dust it up. They pamper it. Why?
because if it's not properly dealt with.
Even if it's properly dealt with.
And then why repeat the
You
same
make
mistake? You know,
reference
let me
to
tell
it.
yes, you make reference because
But
if
I
you're
thought
seeing
we
this.
dealt with it back then. So
Okay,
why?
you're going to make her talk now.
sorry.
Jesus, welcome to
see.
Young Coca's podcast, y'all. I just need to sit and be mute. You may carry
That
on.
would be a blessing. Yeah, Mamu's mute.
Leave me alone. Don't be talking to me. Touch me and be doing the
Sure,
most.
you look
Leave
fine.
me.
Sorry.
So this is why women bring and ladies, please, let's be real. If this guy has done something 2 years ago that pissed you off, or something major, like a major argument that you know, major arguments are major arguments where you go on for days without talking to each other. It happens. So if now you did something, and we had a big fight about it, even go to therapy or whatever. 3 years later, you are doing the same thing again. I'm going to remind you. How about that? Yes, we can forgive, but somehow the memory doesn't forget. I'm going to remind you that, do you realize that 3 years ago, the exact same time, you did 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And now, fast forward to now, you're doing the same thing again. So I feel like men always want to use this thing of, oh no, forgive and forget, and let's just move on and blah, blah, blah. I still talk, oh my guy. Hey, thank you.
Talk.
So they want to be like, oh no, forgive and forget and blah, 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 blah. Forgive and forget doesn't mean that you can do that thing and then 2, 3 years later, you repeat the same mistake again. It doesn't happen like that. Or 6 months later or whatever else later, then which means probably you didn't really learn your lesson. That's why women will remind you. We are the history book. We know everything.
We rewrite the history to your terms. That's the problem.
No, you remind the person. It's like,
And you know what's the thing about even therapy? I think therapy, I don't know, should we call them, are they therapists, right? They're therapists. Not, I usually say the rapist, but therapist.
the what?
Therapist. It's English, my dear. Therapist. TH.
Okay.
Remember, the rapist. That's his therapist. That is how it's said.
Hey, I
It's
never
English.
can't.
Listen.
I
So
know I'm not.
I
I'm
think
not
in
in this.
therapist, we should have male and female.
In every therapy session,
Yes.
a male and
Because
a female.
guys, I'll be honest. Sometimes it feels like if I'm in a room and the therapist is a female, I think they become biased. They sort of sideline. Yes, they sort of sideline more with the female story. It's almost like, okay, I don't know. They struggle to find that common ground. Where
No, if they're a professional, that's what they do for a living. If you're a clinical psychologist, that person studied to become a clinical psychologist and to give an unbiased opinion
it wouldn't
or an
harm us
unbiased
to
diagnosis.
have both male and female.
What's
and give
the
it a
point
try.
of you're just looking for somebody to take your side? That's the
No,
problem.
no, I don't
You
want
can't
my
go for
side.
counseling and then expecting this person to just take your side. And then when the person is telling you you're wrong, then you want to say, "Oh my God, I just feel like female therapists shouldn't be there doing female therapists. I just think that they're very biased." What if it's a guy who's there telling you that you,
No, but
dude, you're wrong for X,
no, if
Y,
I'm
Z?
wrong, I'll accept it. But what I'm saying is sometimes it's not. They don't probably see things the way a man should see it, right? That's all I'm saying.
Baby,
so
no, I
maybe
disagree
my
with
thinking.
you.
Okay, you can. You're entitled to disagree.
Yeah, me, I know that will not land. Sorry.
You know, if you land is okay. Maybe you go land again. Go come around. Come.
It
land.
doesn't land because when people go for when couples have friction, guys.
Arguments.
When couples have arguments, when couples have this
Pull-ups.
whatever it is, these issues that make us want to strangle our partner, you know.
You felt like strangling me, guys. Yo.
I didn't say I felt like strangling. Actually, it makes us want to feel like strangling our
I've
partners.
never felt that one. That one.
I beg, stop lying to yourself,
I'm
please.
telling you.
Well, if we are going to heaven and they say if you are lying,
Yeah, but
right now you're
sex
gonna
are
go
the
to
best afterwards. Like
you'll go to hell because you are.
sex after you finish, you just don't. You don't even say sorry. You just go into the take off.
How does that happen? 1 minute you hate each other, the next minute you're trying to bang each other's brains
It's
out.
called do for love. It's what people. I don't know. I think it's chemistry. I think after some time, chemistry just build over, and that's what chemistry. What I mean by chemistry is the reaction. When two things has happened, you get a reaction, and that's what happens. So you find two people who have argued the heck out of each other, love each other, but at this particular time they hate each other. They want to.
Oh, so they do want to strangle each other.
That's what you said, right?
No, you just said it.
Yeah, I repeated what you just said.
No,
Do you see? Now I'm going to be wrong for repeating what you said.
No, but you've just admitted that there are times that
No.
couples would want to strangle each other. It
Because
does.
you said it first. That's why, guys. See, just said it, and I'm like,
Guys, I'm calling our therapist. We need it.
Listen. So they want to strangle each other, and then the next thing they know is they find themselves because chemistry has just happened. So they touch, they feel, they look at each other. There's eye contact. Boom! There's a chain reaction, and placebo effect takes place, and they go into that.
But it's not
lovemaking.
like that all the time.
I'm not saying it's like that
Yeah,
all the time,
yeah,
but mostly it
yeah.
happens because in that moment, people look at each other in the eye and they see love.
That's if there's real love in that
It
relationship.
might not even be love. It might be something that they see something. That's what I said. Chain
It
reaction.
depends what the girl's wearing and what the guy's wearing.
Doesn't
if
matter.
you don't,
They take it off.
baby,
Almost.
wait,
It
nah,
doesn't matter.
wait.
No. I
If
disagree.
I'm arguing with you, I'm looking like
I disagree because at that particular
like
time she could be wearing
upside
jeans
down Nike
and I
check.
want to take it off. That's
Or
it.
if I'm looking like an upside down Nike check, I ain't got nothing together. Like I look crusty as
Oh my God.
heck. Don't you ever get this thing when we are arguing sometimes? Maybe if I don't have my wig on.
If you don't have
Wait, and that day maybe my lines are bad, and I have this dress that I'm wearing. I just look like a hot mess. Don't you look at the person and be like, you even get more angry because, well, I do.
So you're saying I'm a hot mess? I'm a hot mess at
like
times.
if I'm angry at you, baby, if I'm upset with you, and then
And I'm just down the garden and I'm not looking.
and you're
together.
looking
My
like
beard is a
one, I don't know it that they call that kind of thing before. I would just look and say,
Guys, would you believe a guy like me would ever look shabby?
I
as
go
she
and
say?
stop it.
I mean, come
I'll
on.
just be looking at you like this guy. No tango say I dey manage you safe. Just there, they open your just there, they look like please mind
Guys, After
yourself.
this podcast, we're going for counseling because these kind of talks I'm hearing. Hey, wait.
Guys, no, this is what real
Wow.
life talk is. Like, I'm telling you, a lot of people probably won't say these things, but it's what goes into your mind. You can't be talking to me sideways. And that's why some girls, when they're arguing with their guy, you need to make sure you look sexy. Sexy, my sister. If you want to really win that argument, have one nice lingerie, make sure your hair is done nicely, and just be talking sideways. That guy not going to hear anything you dey talk. He won't yell, all he's just going to be saying is like, shoo, see how this girl fine, no. You mean this girl's my wife? At that point, you can even say, guy, pack your loads and get out of this house. He will pack his loads and take it up to the bedroom. He's not hearing anything.
After all I've done, did they manage me? Okay, anyways.
No, but when you're angry at someone, please, let's talk real. This is
But
why.
look, on a serious note, there are couples that take it. The anger is it boils. On the other side, we've had. I know friends, couples said, "Hey, listen, I'm not going back to this woman. She nearly killed me, or he nearly killed me." Those are now life and death scenarios where couples have reached the point where they can't take it anymore, or they're at the breaking point. I think that's where I don't know. I don't want to say I've been there or haven't been there. I don't know what it's like, but if I was to put myself in those shoes, I think this is where self-control for me would kick in, right? Because anger can make you do a lot of things. A lot of things. When you're angry, you could stab somebody. You could push somebody off a cliff. You could literally run over somebody in a car. So I think the self-discipline is very important. And I think being self-aware, we can't both be at that peak where we're both angry, the wrath of a couple comes
Going
out.
back and forth
When
so
the wrath of a
badly.
couple comes out, it is very deadly, especially when there are also kids involved. We've heard so many stories. There's horror stories, husband kills wife and the kids. So I think this is where I really encourage, especially the men, even the women. I think it's just encouraging people to take it easy. I think I would first calm down. And we've been in scenarios where this woman goes and she's rambling. You know when you can't hear anything and all you hear is and all you see is her mouth is going. And I'm at the point where I'm like, you know what? This woman must just keep quiet. Guys, it's a reality. And I say everything I want to say to her. I call it simulation. So I simulate a lot of things personally. And I'm like, this woman, just in my head now, just shut the fuck up. Like, really? Can you not keep quiet? Listen to yourself a bit, like calm yourself down. And I think once I do that, what it does to me is it sort of brings me down, because it's like, okay, you've said that, then what? Or you've done this, then what? You simulate all those thoughts in your head, opposed to doing it and then regretting. It's a different story.
Yeah.
Because if I say, I come and scream at you and I'm holding in, I'm struggling, then later I realize, like, what am I
Gone
doing?
too far.
I've gone too far. So I think we need to find, every person has an outlet. You need to find out how to ease off that outlet. A pool has an outlet where you do the backwash, and the backwash sort of takes out the dirty water and it does the rinse without
a great
pulling
example.
out water from the actual pool, right? And the reason I'm bringing out these things is because men, we keep a whole lot of stuff inside. Men, we don't talk like women do, or there are actually guys who just keep it in until last minute, where the kettle is full, it just
Explodes.
would explode. So the self-discipline is very key. I don't know.
But it's okay also as couples, like when you're in a relationship with your partner, we're not, like, when I hear certain couples, and this is a no judgment situation, guys, please. When people say, oh no, we don't argue, we don't,
Hey,
we
if you
go
don't
to
argue
sleep.
me, I walk
like,
away.
you say, they'll say, we never go to sleep angry at each other. I used to hear that a lot
And that's the
when
thing,
we
right?
first
We
got
walk away,
married.
hey.
But it's okay sometimes to go to sleep angry, so that when you wake up tomorrow, you have a fresh perspective on how to deal with this human being that you're waking up next to. And sometimes it's fine. Like, if we're not agreeing, like, stay in your corner, make I stay in my corner, small. Yes, no, it's okay. And I'm not saying that it's something that you should do all the time. Like, but it's better to take a break from the argument when the temperature is too high, so that you like you were saying earlier on, baby. Like when it gets too high, when emotions are way too high.
What is a break? Is a break you going back to your mom's house?
No, a break. Okay, let's stop talking. Yes. We are now roommates that don't talk to each other for at least a couple of hours.
What if you don't have 2 rooms? You have 1 room.
You will sleep in that bed. Face your side, I face my side. Listen, it's okay sometimes. Then you can really think, breathe. If you have a separate room, then sleep in it, but never leave the house. I would never encourage saying, okay, I'm so mad, I'm going to go sleep outside or sleep at my friend's place or crash at my parents' house. You know, I think that's when
there's a danger.
It gets dangerous. Like there need to be boundaries in terms of where the anger can lead to and where your break
my navigator will say, okay, I'm going to my parents' house there. Before you know it, Mr. Producer is calling me, let's go to Nostra. We'll go to Nostra. After
you know Nostra?
What's Nostra? You don't know Nostra?
What do you know as Nostra?
It's a church on Sundays.
No.
Yes. It's an Anglican church.
Oh, no.
Yes.
No, you just winked. This guy needs to go carry last.
I did tell you.
Nostra is a whole...
no, it's an Anglican church.
Lounge, like a bar, club, whatever.
I've got no
How do you know Nostra, this guy?
It's a church.
Guys, I'm shocked too.
Even when you go down to...
hey!
What's that place downtown? There's a... Anyways, it's a church.
Mr. Producer, you're laughing. How does he know Nostra?
It's a church. It's an Anglican church.
When did you go to Nostra?
Don't you know Nostra?
I know Nostra. I've heard of it. I've never been. But how do you know it?
It's a church.
It's not a church.
My dear, they advertise
Why
it.
is Mr. Producer taking you to Nostra? What are you guys going to do at church when you're angry?
Just you pray. Come on. I mean, the pastor will lay hands
You want
on
to go pray at church when you're angry?
But Mamus, what's wrong with that?
Guys, this is a joke.
What's that?
Okay, it's okay. Please continue to say what you were saying.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's very dangerous for you to just up and go. So you need to define, I think, and I'm not giving advices to any couples. Me, I don't want to be the guy giving advice to couples at all. No.
On how to deal with their problems and stuff.
I think everybody should know how to deal with their things.
But I think I encourage getting a therapist or getting somebody in a church, like a pastor for counseling. If you haven't done premarital...
The pastor will counsel your wife when I'm not there.
No. Jesus
Hell
God.
to the no.
No. What I'm saying is get somebody that you can talk to about the problems that you're experiencing in your relationship, because it's very important to have like somebody you guys can go to and discuss your issues with. If not, thinking you're doing it all by yourself sometimes, it doesn't work. It really doesn't work. And this is not me trying to give you advice, but the best advice I can always give any couple who's going through anything, it's not like you go to therapy only when you need it. You can also go for therapy when even things are great.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that you guys are still on the right path. You guys are still checking in on each other and making sure that this car is moving well and regular services for your relationship. Because if you don't, your car is going to break down. Your relationship will break down.
Why do I, as a husband, I'm going to speak for myself. I'm not speaking for any man out there. Why is it that me as a man, right? Or to you as a husband, you as
I'm
a
a
wife.
wife.
Yes.
I don't understand.
Me to you
Okay.
as a husband.
Okay.
You to me as a wife.
Okay.
Have to at some point, like, get angry to get a point across at some point in time. Why?
For me, because you're not listening.
I'm not listening when
Yeah.
I'm trying to get a point to you.
I don't know about you, but I'm saying the reason I'll get so frustrated and get angry is because I'm trying to explain something to you. You're not understanding what
Let's
I'm saying.
speak about listening.
Or you're
What
not
do you
listening.
mean by let's define these things. What do you mean by listening?
Listening is not just saying
So I do that.
Yeah, I also do that.
Okay.
Yeah. But listening is, okay, when I say listen, I mean do as I say. Let me just say it like that.
That's a very important thing you've just said.
I'm not going to beat around the bush. When I say listen, I
Now,
mean if I say baby,
as a husband,
I beg, this is...
I don't like taking orders.
But it's not taking orders.
It is.
But that's what I'm saying to you. You're not listening.
But
it's
that's,
because
for you, it's mean
I didn't say
don't
you're
like
not taking orders.
It
No,
is.
I could have said...
Guys, please.
Wait,
please.
guys.
Down there.
No.
comment. I want to
Wait,
know.
listen. I didn't say... It's a respectful way of me telling you you're not taking orders by
How's
me.
it a respectful way?
I didn't say why are you not taking orders.
But
I didn't say that way. I didn't say you're not taking orders. You're not... I said you're not listening. That's what I'm saying. You're not listening. Because you're not doing what I would love for you to do.
See, now that's... Wait, the orders... Nah, that's why I say...
So why do you get angry?
Why do I get angry? Because I know I have... It's as if I have to read things out of your mind when you say, listen. Or you're telling me something indirectly. You're not asking. It's like I can't read your forehead. Do you understand? If you want me to pour some ginger for you, tell me, please, baby, I'd love some ginger. Don't sit there and say, oh, that ginger looks good.
You should automatically know that.
But you see, that's
offer.
the thing. But I could offer and you'd say no.
And that's
which
fine.
you would do in most cases. And then later on and say, it looks good. And I'll be like,
would you want some?
I offered you and you said you don't want.
Offer again.
Do you see what I mean, guys? This is exactly what we do. We go through. And it's been 15 years. Even next year, I know we're going to go through
it's 14 years. You
yeah,
see, it doesn't, you see. Guys, this podcast today,
No, but listen, so that's why I say women expect men to read between the lines. When men are trying to be direct, it's a problem.
I feel like women are an institution. And
women are like...
in my, let me tell you, I'm not speaking for every woman out there. I'm only speaking for me as Mamos Cocker because I think I'm a very unique breed, you know. So I feel like he should study me like a textbook.
It would take a lifetime to study.
I feel like
it's like forever exams.
Baby,
it's like a university of life.
Baby,
you
I'm expressing
you
to
never
you. I'm expressing to you what would make your life easy. Study me.
Guys, if you're going to study a woman, every year of that woman's life, I'm sorry, she's a different person. You're going to meet her
there's different chapters
person.
that come into our
and
lives.
And then the next year, that's why I say you're forever going to study this person. That's why they say for better or for worse. Till death do us part. Because you will never, ever be able to understand that woman until death do you part.
So you mean until death do us part is when you will understand me?
Yes.
When you are
God forbid, but then by that time I'm going to be like, oh, he was a great guy. He used to be this.
I say he's a great guy all the time. But what I'm saying is you could be a greater guy.
A point in case. Again.
No, for real. Like you could be, like, listen, baby, all I'm saying is men should take the time when you're study your woman and know.
You can study your guys.
The same way women know their men so well, and it's so easy to know men and know the things they like and the things they don't like, and
because we intentional. Well, most men are intentional.
No, because you know why? Women pay attention to the details. We pay attention to the details, but the men are not paying attention to the detail. You're just seeing an overall, and then you always wonder. It's a thing of, oh yeah, well, women don't know what they want. It's like a cover-up. Women don't know what they want. Women don't know what they want. Today she wants ice cream. Tomorrow she doesn't want ice cream.
It's a very good comparison of details. This is how big the woman's details are long. So much details. This is how men's detail is. Straight to the point.
All right. Anyways, I just think that if you understand your partner better, you will deal with.
No, but
issues.
Mamu, conflicts would always happen. Mm-hmm. We could resolve it today. Tomorrow we'll have another.
Can I agree to disagree?
We can agree to disagree. But I think the fundamental point remains that it's going to be a lifetime before That's why I say continuously figure it out. For me, I've reached a point where I'm like, you know what, let's go through it. We'll figure it out as we go. The same Mamus I met 10 years ago is not the same Mamus I'm dealing with now.
Are you serious? I'm
Yeah.
hurt. Why would you say that?
Because you've moved into different levels of maturity, right? Different level of maturity into this life that we're going through. Now, as we continue going further, I'm going to deal with different mamusis.
Yeah.
Right? So you're going to deal with different yans as well, because at different life point of our lives, we're going to be different characters. And I'm not
And
saying
age
character,
plays
it's
a factor
new level,
because, yeah.
new mindset,
Yeah.
new developments,
You
new
learn new
capabilities,
things,
new
you unlearn new
objections,
things,
new
or
objectives,
unlearn
new
old
opportunities.
things.
All of those things play a part. And I think that's why I said the fundamental thing that we need to understand is that we're here to figure it out, right? The minute you understand that you're going through this process or this phase called life, you understand that there's different stages in there that I need to figure it out for my life, because as much as we're a couple, there's certain things that only I will be able to figure out. Certain things only you will be able to figure out, right?
Like, it's almost like I shouldn't be entirely responsible for your happiness.
No,
Is
actually,
that what you mean?
absolutely. Look,
Yeah.
I always tell you, before two people can get together, you do not get together because the other person makes you happy, right? They include, they add to your happiness. They should be adding to your happiness and not be the reason you are happy.
But
You need
the
to be
reality of
happy
life
first.
is sometimes people are dealing with all kinds of issues, and then you meet someone, and this person has brought in a different kind of happiness that you didn't
I
know.
like what you just said.
You
The
know?
reality of life is sometimes just because at that particular point in time you found out that I was going through something down and you came in my life and you made me a happy person as an example, does not mean it's going to be like that throughout. So I need to deal with whatever I had as an issue before you came into my life and made it a better experience for me. So if I, as a person, cannot identify who I am or cannot make myself happy for me, I would only add to your sorrows. I would only add to your
that's true.
happiness or sort of take away from your happiness.
Yeah.
Imagine I'm happy, you're depressed, as an example. I'm not saying you are, right? And we get together. Now, I'm forever trying to, and we get married, blah, blah, blah. We're going through this thing, 2-3 years, we're okay. Because I'm depressed, I put it as me, I'm depressed and I haven't dealt with the issues of my past. You are going to continuously encourage me, but you're going to get to a point where you get tired. You're going to get to a point where you're like, dude.
But that's because also
I've been
you as a
encouraging.
person, as an individual, you are now being lazy to fix or address the issues that you are dealing with as an individual. Then you're relying on this person to just continuously make you happy, where you don't address your problems. So it would be like, I'm sad again. He must make me happy. And maybe that time he's dealing with his own stuff. He's not here to like fix you as a person, you know? At the end of the day, we are all, I do say we are all individually responsible, or we're all responsible for individual happiness as a person. But it doesn't mean that your partner that you are with shouldn't bring in happiness. And you can't bring in problems into my life. Already, we're all dealing with problems. You can now come into my life and be growing gata. No.
A rotten apple. What's the cliche? A rotten apple spoils the bag, right? So it's a common thing. So you can't expect me to make you happy. I can have all the money in life, and if you yourself you're not happy, whatever, you're gonna find joy in money for some point. But look, the fact remains, deal with the issues you have. We've seen people who have committed suicide, done X, Y, Z, but we have to, that balance needs to happen. And this is where people need to figure it out for themselves. I think...
Or figure it out together by going to seek help. When you go for
even though
certain...
even though we do therapy, the therapist or they usually have individual
That's what
sessions.
I was about to say, that like they have individuals because they are
sessions.
trying to figure out what you are, like how you are from your past and what has happened and what has made you become the person you are today.
So like we had our individual session. Mine was shorter than yours. Yours was longer.
Hey, God, oh.
So yours was like 4 days. Mine was a day. So guys, that's why I say the therapist was like, "No, sir, you seem to know what you want. You know, it's good."
Hey, Mr.
Yeah.
Producer. Ow.
No, but listen. And
You're
then
going
you.
to get my therapist
And then
today.
you.
I took 4 days.
They depleted our budget with mamas. Guys, day one, I'm like, Mama, say you done? No, I'm seeing him tomorrow. I'm like, okay, tomorrow, day 2. Day 3, no, I'm for you. No, I'm seeing him tomorrow. Day 3.
Yes, that's because
By
the
the time
problems.
it's day
because
4,
of all
I'm
the
like,
problems
I'm
you've-
coming. I'm not invited, but I'm coming. I want
It's
to see
because of all
what's-
the problems you've put in this person. That's why it's day 4.
It was before me, guys. 4 days on therapy. I'm like,
Stop
no,
playing.
No.
Please stop
No, I'm
playing.
just joking, guys. So it's
Before people think I'm a psychopath now.
all right. Let's start wrapping up, Moose. Listen. So I think for me, my final says would be, I think as much as people as a couple, figure it out together, but as well individually. There's a lot you could do together when individually you understand who you are as a person, right? When you're able to set aside certain things that you know personally are your like for me, for instance, now I accept that, okay, if I've made a mess and I've dropped my socks around, I understand it's something that I need to deal with, right? And I need to move.
Do you intend to fix it?
Yes, along the run, but you see, it's
Oh
the
my
habit.
God.
The habit dies hard. I
That
like
lie
you know,
is
you
just
take the
told.
socks, you just take out the socks, and you're like.
Okay, that's like superficial stuff.
and
Anyways,
then
I don't even care about it anymore.
But do you understand what I mean? So that's and you.
What about me?
How long are we gonna reduce your therapy session to a day or
Guys,
two?
this has been great. Thank you so much for being a part of a
Listen
couple
to
of
the twang.
things.
Listen to the twang. We're twanging.
No, before you people think now only pidgin English as I speak. I beg, respect me. But no, man. Listen, in all fairness, is relationship is a journey, and you got to figure this shit out. We're all trying to figure it out. We're all in a relationship with somebody, somewhere, somehow. When you're in a marriage relationship, I think knowing that divorce is not an option.
It is an option.
It is an option, but
It is an option.
No. Oh, you want to get divorced?
No, I'm just saying for people.
Hey, so stop.
It is an option.
It's
It's
not an.
there.
It is an option if your situation is like.
Now, Mamus finds a rich husband. It's an option for me to get out. There.
Guys, if you
If
listen
he's-
to my husband, I promise you, you go fall enter gutter. Please. This particular one, you just said, Nas. This.
Mamus finds a richer guy. Me trying to go and shoot the guy. Why waste my life? It's like me risking going to go after. No. Just say, my dear, sign here. I look and say, bye-bye. Bye-bye.
What was in that ginger you drank?
Corobella.
Oh, the Corobella I gave you. No, but what I'm saying, guys, in all seriousness, get a therapist and figure it out. Because we're all trying to figure it out. We're all trying to understand, this relationship. But it's also very important to always communicate. No matter how boring or no matter how uncomfortable or no matter how tiring it is. I saw a video when they asked a couple that has been married for like 70-something years or 60-something years, like, what's the key to a successful relationship? She's like, the woman was like, no, just talk about it. Communicate. Because the more you communicate, the more you realize it's not that big of a deal after all, So yeah, just communicate.
Yeah, look, just to add to that, maybe fun around
I
it.
thought you said you were done.
You just said something very important, and I think I need to get it out of my chest. Breathe in, breathe out. Listen. So you said something about communicating, and I think we touched on this. If you guys go and look at some of the previous podcasts we did, you realize that the communication is something we're probably going to speak on every going forward.
Yeah.
It's something we're going to do for it. The other part is the truth around it. I think as much as you communicate, when the truth hits and your partner hears it, It's the processing part. I think that is very important. We can communicate, and I'm communicating, but I'm not
But
telling
I'm not
you
communicating the truth. Ooh, baby.
Do you understand what I mean? So
That's
we
what's
can
up, yeah.
communicate. I'll give you a tough example. And this is what I want people to think out there, and we'll probably end it there. Imagine me telling my wife, baby, I want a side chick. How is she supposed to take it? Now, yes, it's the truth, but how is she supposed to expect it? Or vice versa. She says to me, baby, I feel like I need another guy. How am I supposed to take it? I think when we realize the truth, I'm going to just end it there and let people comment, tell us how they think about it. We're not going to add anything to it.
That's it.
We'll see you on the next podcast. Peace.